beautiful.
Welcome back, everybody. 414 play has survived. We are back. Ludio here with the Milwaukee Game Collector and Brad Call themselves. Brad Craw, I can clearly speak well tonight. Off to
Brad
a
called.
great
I
start.
like Brad call themselves though. I'll go by that tonight.
How we doing, gents?
We're
Pandemic
doing
couldn't
great.
shut us down.
No, Tommy, I
Yes, sir.
like your beard. I like your mustache and your beard that's coming in. I like the look.
It made me like Brandon pulling the cell up. Like, hold on, let me get a picture of the new beard. As soon
Mm-hmm.
as he said that, I'm like, I like it. I had it. I went out like I did a pandemic beard proper last year, and I was like, it's been a while. I've been clean shaven, so
I guess it's been a while since we had that tournament. I mean, I haven't seen you since then, so
yeah,
it's
that's
good to
true.
see you.
Likewise, gents. And it was honestly the beard always starts when it's like 4 days of, all right, I didn't shave. Okay, time to grow the beard out.
Mm-hmm. That's the right time.
So,
Yep,
but yeah,
cool.
we're probably shaking a little bit of rust off. Hopefully, our audio is perfect as always, which I think we're pretty much accustomed to at this point. Uh, Anybody in the chat, if there's issues, by all means, let us know. But
Or
yeah,
maybe
we're
just don't. Maybe just accept it and be happy with what you get today.
Yeah, you
But,
never know
you
what
know,
you're gonna get.
it's. Is there another not Forrest Gump box of chocolates reference there?
I'm right now, and I know it's relevant to our conversation, deep in the story of Shaq Fu. It's just really taken me by storm. I didn't think it would, but holy crap. It's like a real thing. This is incredible. Anyway, retro
Shaq
video
Fu
game people.
bit stories.
Yeah, for reals. I'm looking for our chat. I'm looking for anybody out there in chat world. Have they played Shaq Fu?
And the origin, you said he's wandering. He's on like a
He was
fan.
just ready for his All-Star game, you know?
And where was the All Star game taking place?
Tokyo, in Tokyo.
Classic, yeah, Tokyo, of course. That's where the All Star games are. And then he's walking down a dark alley and he runs into a couple questionable looking folks and they say, okay, USA. And then they let him into the Kumite. And now that's Shaq Fu, right, Tommy?
The Kumite was
That,
Hong
or is that a
Kong. That
different
was Hong
story?
Kong.
Oh, that's Hong Kong. That's right. The Kumite.
And also speaking of, because we're clearly referencing Bloodsport, which as you've tuned in for,
Possibly.
and such a great cameo starting acting career was. Do you remember who one of the agents was? He's the only one that I.
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever seen the Mentos
Yes,
commercial?
that's the
Forrest
next thing I was
Whitaker?
gonna reference. Yes.
It's unbelievable. Like whoever did that, I saw it on YouTube. It just you should win some kind of digital award for your work. So thank you for everything that you've done.
Do 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 do.
This Forrest
Perfect.
Whitaker thing, now that's making me wonder. I like Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, he was one of the agents sent after Frank
Frank
Dukes.
Dukes. Yeah,
As
you
in, put
good
up your
fighter.
Dukes. Ducks.
Yeah, I got no Dukes.
You don't look like Tanaka. It's clearly
Oh
just
man.
a Van Damme episode we're turning this into. All
Yeah.
movie references.
I mean, I probably should be going to bed in like half hour. So should we get to like the Mario Kart? Like, where do you guys want to go in this conversation? Should we talk about Mario Kart? Should we talk about the awesome tournament that was hosted at Brady Farm at Camp Chalker, which we had, whole string of emotions that I knew I experienced. I don't know you guys, but it was really a special night.
There was a lot. There was a lot that went on that evening.
It was a great time. It was really just diving in head first into I think everything about the tournament. A little bit of impromptu, making sure it worked time wise for everybody, and I mean you couldn't beat the setting. It was right after the storm, which was crazy.
Yeah, running the house on a generator. That was pretty nuts.
Yeah, so we hosted Brandon, the game collector, hosted a 16-person Mario Kart 64 tourney. All three of us were playing in it, and we all finished at various levels. How are you? We're gonna kind of see the finals of it, a little bit more abbreviated video, and then get back to some of the other chat like usual. Van Dam optional at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But
Justin Bieber.
how are you? How far could Van Dam throw Justin Bieber? That's
He
what
would
we will
kick
come to.
him. He could probably kick him over Rainbow Road for sure. The shortcut on Rainbow Road, I'd say about
Yeah,
that.
that might be the
distance.
most unfair matchup maybe of all time.
Yeah, maybe.
Which I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great way to talk about it too because we did. I picked the 4 custom tracks. Obviously, Rainbow Road had to be one of them. For the finals and the 4, we won't say who exactly was in it yet. Although, I mean, we're not spoiling the first couple rounds. You were Brad. I was. I think Brandon just missed the cut, if I'm not mistaken.
I was not in the finals.
And then
It was tough, man. I gotta say, for not playing Nintendo 64 Mario Kart in like 8 years, and after just playing Switch Mario Kart and going back to it, it is really hard. It was really tough.
So you think Switch is easier?
Yes, I
Different.
think
It's
when you
different.
get comfortable with it, because the
Yes.
graphics are so crisp and it's so responsive. Like the Switch is so responsive. Like you can crank out power turn after power turn after power turn exactly where you want. And I feel like the speed in Mario Kart 64, I'm not playing it. I mean, like anything in life, you don't do it for 8 years and you come back to it and you expect to be good. It's tough. It's a bit of a challenge. You're gonna,
Fair point. Fair
you know,
point.
you're gonna hit some walls for sure, and that's what happens. Spoiler alert. But and cars.
So we touched on Rainbow Road. Obviously, that's what we finished on. I think you have to. Do you remember the other 3 courses that we did?
In the finals?
Yes.
I can't get Toad's Turnpike out of my
In extra, which is just
reverse Toad's Turnpike.
oh, that's so cute. You think you can start driving again? Nope. Here's another semi and a school bus and another school bus.
Yeah, and Wario Stadium.
Wario Stadium.
I remember
there was a
failing
4th.
at terribly.
The other one was Bowser's Castle.
That's right,
Oh.
Bowser's Castle. Yeah.
And I think we were playing around a little bit on before we set up and everything. I will definitely. Why don't we switch over to the video? Kind of keep talking as we're playing.
Let's do it.
And then
Let's do it.
let me know what you guys think of the new layout if we're watching videos and going forward from there. Hopefully the sound sticks around with us. No, it won't be game sound because we'll be talking over it. So, but otherwise we should be good.
Sweet. Let's go to the tape.
And we are starting
Yes.
the video. As was
can hear
recorded, it was like
tangents.
even that was like a little bit of an issue trying to record it. I remember at first, but it was just I mean everything outdoors after the storm. Awesome, like I said, it was just such a we had perfect weather for it.
And I mean, overcoming adversity too. I want to thank Brandon and I want to thank you, Tommy. I mean, Tommy, you did such an awesome job setting everything up. But Brandon, with the generator, that was an impressive feat that you guys pulled off, and I was happy to show up and shoot some drone footage and capture it the best way I could, and with a respectable performance, I think, from all of us too.
It looks really nice on the screen.
All right, we're clearly okay. Cool. I was gonna say we're getting into this with it's taking a second to get into it, but it was 4 players. I think to start it off, Pat was the first racer 1. Brad, you were racer 2.
I'm Luigi.
I was 3rd, and then Justin was 4th to start it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those were some formidable foes. You guys were tough.
If you think that's tough, try playing NBA All-Star Challenge on Sega Genesis, playing Horse against David Robinson as Alvin Robertson. Because that's who I picked. Because that's who the Bucks representative is for Horse.
Wow.
That's actually I was playing that on Game Boy because of Super Game Boy.
Yeah.
Alvin Robertson.
Yeah, who knew?
Let me look him up.
Not much to see, bro.
Number 21. I think he went to the Spurs afterwards.
You may have.
Horse record.
Yeah, Luigi had a great start, Brad.
Oh, yeah. But
I mean, we all started pretty hot out the gate except for Peach.
yeah. Oh, that's a bomb.
76ers is Hersey Hawkins. The Mavericks is Derek Harper.
I remember that. Oh, man. Tommy, which one were you?
I was Yoshi.
You were Yoshi. That's right.
Yeah, so Pat was Toad. You were Luigi. I'm Yoshi. And then Justin was Peach here. who just got
Yeah.
rocked.
Yep. I'm not looking forward to what's coming my way.
What, especially because this is like one of the longer. Ooh,
Yeah. I
that
mean, if you could power turn on this one, you can do pretty well. But it just you gotta watch out. Someone's got you know
I
those
mean,
special items.
even watching the first half of this race, I feel like it's been nothing but red shells.
Yeah.
Wow, like I was doing really well, and even as I was about to say it, it's exactly when Yoshi hit a wall.
Yeah. Because I'm like, this is the only time I think I'm in first. Oh, that was it. That was the one time I just passed it, and then that was
That was
it,
the moment.
pretty much. Because I'm right in there with you guys. I get hit with a lot of items here. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I get hit with it right before I go. I tried to turn around and then I fell off the thing. Yeah, that was awesome.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. So, and then there's another lightning bolt. Yeah, Peach.
This is where we really needed the ghost to come into play, like
Oh
somebody
my
just
God.
needing to snag.
Yeah,
That's
the
pretty
light.
much your only hope, especially on this track.
Yeah. Wow, he just held that lightning bolt the entire time.
Did anyone use the bolt when someone was going over the
Oh,
crevice to like drop
oh yeah,
them down?
yeah. I think I'm keeping my eye on Peach over here. I didn't see it at the time. I should have known. But I mean, I was so far out of it. But for some way I came back. Because Tommy, you're right on the tail of Toad here.
I updated our title for the episode. I feel like Backyard for the first time, while a great Ludacris album reference, probably not helpful at all to anybody trying to figure out what we're watching or tuning into. So it's Backyard Mario Kart 64 Final. Figured that might be a little better.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
We'll see if it changes. Because we have hello to all 6 of our viewers.
Oh, what's up?
That might be a high. Coming back
Nice.
right away too. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
New
If only
scenery
they-
in your background. Oh, yep. See,
Yeah, there goes. Yeah, and then yeah,
and then
that's
I'm
where you
driving into
fell.
a wall in frustration. I'm like, F
Yeah,
this,
and then
F this, F this.
Toad. Yeah, it turns around. Ooh, then you got the ghost.
Yeah, I mean, having a ghost to like steal lightning when you're in first is just cheating.
Oh man, that's
Yeah, you hate to see it.
yeah.
So, what, Brandon? What did you find the most challenging course, or like jumping back into the game after the first time in a while?
Well, I'd like to have said to you it was the first time in a while, but I play every now and again, you know. So I think the most challenging thing was just watching others who hadn't still beat me. But then, you know, I guess I've really realized that like I only press the gas. So I don't think I use the game to its full capabilities. I literally don't brake. I just like go for the gold every time.
You
And
took
so-
my Project Gotham philosophy and like, you know what,
Yeah.
let's do it with Mario Kart.
Yeah, so I really yeah, exactly. So I think that's where I might have been lacking a little bit. Especially as everyone beat the shit out of me. So, yeah. But
I
yeah, I'm
mean-
watching like whoever's in third place right now, like when they were doing their skid, there's all these
Oh, that was
numbers
me.
coming out from behind them. It's
So
like, what is that? What's that?
That's
shit?
how
Yeah.
you like power slide, and
It's
so
a turbo boost, yeah.
Yeah. Don't know what that is. So
and if
Oh
if you
man.
go too far, you'll either spin out or you'll. But if you time it right, you'll get a big power boost out of it.
so
Yeah,
what are you
get the
pushing?
orange smoke.
The jump
you
button,
hop-
the right trigger,
Yeah,
and then
you
just
hop
hold it.
and you hold it. You hold it and you kind of steer into the turn, and then it'll change different color. Oh
Ooh.
yeah, this is where I thought I was able to use my mushroom and I wasn't able to do it. Fell for the second time. This is really hard to watch, but it's like an athlete who's had like a really bad game and then they have to go back to the tape and watch it with like the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
team. This is what it feels like right now. I'm like in the film room just watching my performance and I'm not happy with it.
Who's going in reverse?
Yeah. And then oh yeah, it's gonna be the boot at the end there. Great. Yeah, the turbo, that's the whole thing though. If you can do the power turn, on like a big course like that, they give you those little speed bursts, and
Hmm.
in like a big turn, you can probably get two of them in, but you can just cut those corners.
The other thing I
Wow.
learned too is
Yeah.
how if you can actually stop your spinouts from bananas, or if
Yep.
somebody rocks you, and if you hit the brakes timely enough, you'll get a little bit of a music note that pops up, and then you
Yep.
can
Hmm.
speed burst again to recover.
Yep.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
speed burst, yeah, to recover. And then like, I mean, the shortcuts on that level too. I used to be able to
We
do
said no
that.
shortcuts. We said no
I know
shortcuts,
no
and
shortcuts, but do you recall like the fastest you ever did Wario Stadium? Were you able to get it like the shortcut every time where you hop over right away and then you can hop right behind the finish line when
yeah,
you go back over?
Oh, that's cool.
I think I did it once in like 45 seconds. I think that was the fastest I ever did it. You can
That's
hop,
legit.
hop. Yeah, it's nuts.
and so I want to say, yeah. See, I was gonna say we have to change drivers because the rule we did because obviously everybody knows like oh Toad's the fastest, and they wanted to pick the lighter guys going forward that way. If you took last, leading throughout the entire tournament, then you got first choice the next race to try to balance things out. But for the finals, if you won, you got first choice again. So I think all our drivers stayed the same here.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
Justin,
Toad is the fastest?
Toad is the fastest. He's the lightest.
Really?
Hmm.
He's the fastest. Toad, Peach, then Yoshi. Uh, Luigi and
Then
Mario are
Mario?
pretty close, but Luigi's a little lighter, so I think he gets the edge. But they're both pretty balanced racers. And then I forget the order that they go in as far as the big guys. I want to say Bowser's the slowest, but if you guys know or if anybody in the
I,
chat, feel free
I
to
just
correct
know
me.
I just know him by the weights. I didn't know that Peach was or Toad was the fastest. I thought they were all kind of the same because they're all light. I thought it was just like light, mid, then heavy. They were all like the same, but that's kind of interesting if there's a slight edge for
Yeah, so
being
that's
Toad
why we always kind
versus
of like said,
Peach.
hey, if you finish, that's you get that little bit of a.
Oh, okay. Wow.
See, tips from the master. Now we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because in the Mario Kart League that we're running, one of the guys is actually like top 100 like Mario Kart speedrunners.
Oh my God. So he's got like the ghost records,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I mean it's awesome watching him race. It's challenging running the league because I mean he's cool about it. He'll always kind of coach people up and say, "Oh, do this or kind of do this a little bit better." And
That's pretty
so
cool.
shout out to Haddock, Hattok, if anybody wants to follow him. Always awesome to watch it. Local guy to Milwaukee too, which is really cool. And it was just one of those things where even running the league, it's kind of a challenge. Like, how can I balance it out where it's not just racing, racing, racing for an 8 week league? Trying to do some of it where it's some weeks are battle weeks, and then throwing a few wrinkles where it's still racing. You want that to show
Yeah.
up and show out, but not just oh yep cool. Everybody else is playing for second.
So
Guys, I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm having a comically bad race.
I'm and I'm behind you. Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I had the lightning bolt, and then I ran over the smaller version of Peach, and she had 3 red shells, and I went flying sideways into the lava.
Ooh.
But I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. for
dude,
Luigi.
you're a turn ahead of me though. So like,
It's gonna
Yeah.
get worse before it gets
It's
better.
worse before it gets better. You know what's coming.
oh,
So
Peach
I was-
just fell in the lava though,
Yeah.
and I got spun out by Thwomp.
There's
and
that
I
little.
fell into the lava because
Yeah, there's like that tricky little turn right before you go on the bridge. If you're too far right, you'll kind of slide off the bridge.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think Justin won this thing. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but what are we seeing from other competitors that they're doing well that is not happening for everyone?
well, so
Is anything
Toad
jumping
already
out to you
finished this
guys?
race,
Yeah.
and that was Pat. So Pat won this race.
Okay.
And then I came back.
Yeah,
think
you
I-
took second.
Yeah, I got 3 mushrooms at the end, and I was right next to Justin, who was Peach, right?
Yep, Justin
I think
is
so.
Peach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because he was
then-
right on my tail, and then I just pulled ahead because I had those mushrooms. But yeah, Now I got to get out the Vegas odds. How many vehicles can you run into?
This
'Cause I
was
know-
again. This was the wrinkle that I had up my sleeve, where I was like, Toad's Turnpike and Extra can really throw things into chaos. That's
And is that 150? Is that 150 cc?
it's extra.
Or
So
yeah, extra is 150 cc, or is that faster?
I want to say it plays at. I don't know if extra just plays at 100 backwards, or if it's 150. You can do a quick Google, or if one of you gents wants to.
Shit if I know.
I don't want to miss the amount of times I get hit by a car.
Just
There will be.
carnage.
You just take a break, look up, and I'm sure it'll happen again.
I wish so greatly that we could have had the audio from just that race.
No, not the
Where
Bowser.
people were-
Well, from this one, yes, yeah.
Yeah, from turn, when everyone was just like, bah, like just swearing and sad.
Who's the first one to get hit? Do you remember?
Me.
I
So
I
far,
do
it's a
remember this one wasn't
start
good
so
for Brad.
far. Oh, somebody did. Oh, you and Toad almost. I think it was pretty much identical timing.
Because I was first place for a minute, and then it was like over.
I was like, oh, I'm doing really good. Bam. Here's a. And oh, somehow I narrowly. Oh, that was you. I'm watching
Yep,
your screen. I think
one. That's
Well, and then the other thing that throws for a loop in this track is all the items are totally out of the way on the other side, so it makes
Mhm.
catching up. Like you purposely have to get into the heart of oncoming traffic to get an item.
mm-hmm.
It's an ugly race, man. It's an ugly race. A lot of people's lives were changed when they learned it existed, mine including.
I hear Sonic.
I hear Sonic too.
Yeah, I was to say I don't know how loud it is, but I definitely am playing Sonic. Terribly. I don't have any idea.
Let's see. PerStrategyWiki.org.
Oh no.
It just says extra mode is simply all the courses mirrored. Left turns go right. Obstacles are switched on sides. Doesn't say
I
anything
think
about
it's-
the speed.
I think it's 150. But that's I don't know.
Well, let's
All right,
see.
I'm at-
Maybe Mario Kart Wiki, because pretty sure
I'm
still-
current.
Yeah, I'm getting run over yet by.
Yeah, I'm currently at 5. I've been hit 5 times. Like count actually.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to keep count.
6. Yeah, because if you can't 7, yeah, because it's hard
Yeah,
to
it
get
was
out
carnage,
of
man.
oncoming
It was
traffic.
carnage.
I'm just
I
getting.
just remember seeing your
destroyed.
face, Brad, and you were just like, "Oh my god!" Like, it was
Like
just such a sad
okay.
But nobody was
Literally-
safe. Everybody was getting rocked.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah. I mean, I hit by red shell, then a vehicle. I'm at 8 vehicles right now.
The
I think
other
I
thing
just
that I
happened
found
to be
too-
by Brad.
If you're playing like multiplayer, you really don't
Yeah.
notice it as much. But we just finished Bowser's Castle. It is such a silent track. Like I ended up doing a time trial in it, and you hear nothing. It's just, and then you can almost hear people's butts clench going over the lava bridges every time.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
during a time trial where you're like, no. Okay, I'm good. Back into the game.
Yep. I'm at 13 by the way, guys. 14.
That's incredible.
14 times.
What a legendary performance, never to be forgotten.
Yes. And it's still yikes.
Like I said, it wasn't your best moment. That we know for sure.
Definitely was not, but
Right as you said that, I heard Sonic get like the rings pop too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another
I do
one.
forget like this
15.
headset I've got. I do realize like it has like the greatest sound pickup ever. Like I have been like on it, on a I can't remember what I was doing, but I was like just listening and I could hear like Sam, my wife, like walking upstairs. I was just like, why can I hear that? Like the audio pickup on it is just amazing. So hopefully both my voice
See?
as well as some Sonic is illuminating.
That's awesome.
If a
I'm at-
player gets all gold trophies in 150cc, a new mode named Extra, would later be known as Mirror Mode, is unlocked. Here, players race in vertically flipped courses in 100cc.
So you had to unlock it?
Yeah,
Mm.
so that's why, like, and you can actually tell by the title screen whenever you put a cartridge in.
Yep.
Okay.
It starts off blue. If you unlocked Extra, it's gold, which is what we saw here when we loaded ours.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And I think a different picture too.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. That's crazy.
Yoshi somehow survives.
Yeah, amazing. That was a very good race by you. Oh yeah.
Peach taking second.
18, 19. Where's 20? I need 20. Not 17, not 21. I need 20. 20 cars.
There was something I was like, they're like,
Oh,
especially with the Bucks winning. I'm like, how much Bucks championship stuff is too much?
Not
Like-
enough. There's not enough stuff
that's
ever.
not enough.
No, I was somebody was like, no, 50. I'm like, yep, not 49, not 51.
Yeah, that's fair.
Get the 50. So going into the finals here, let's see. We used the Mario Kart scoring system, so 9-6-3-1. I had. How did I not give myself first? Didn't I take first in that one? Yes.
Yes.
Oh snap! I might have added wrong. Hold on.
Did you win?
I don't know.
Late breaking news.
Dun dun dun. All right, so wait. Peach took second. You took last in that one, right, Brad? Not to rub it in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Hard last.
So then, if I'm right, I should be player one here. Yep. Okay. Hold on. This might change things. Justin's player. No. Who's Toad? Justin, right?
Pat?
I think Pat, because
I think
Justin's usually
Justin's
Yoshi.
Peach. Or
Sorry.
Mario.
Yoshi.
Who's Mario?
Yeah, because they just threw them in.
Who's Mario?
Who's John Galt?
That's a good question.
Who took third last race? We said, oh, Pat. It would have been Pat. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Third.
So who's Toad this round?
that would be Justin.
Justin's Toad. Okay.
Oh, this I don't know if this throws thing into a loop because going into this race, see, I would have had 9, 10 because I sucked ass on Bowser. So I had 13 going into this race, into Rainbow Road. Justin had 6, 9, 18. Pat had 15, 18.
Yeah, I must have been.
You had 7.
Because I had like a second. That's
8.
it, really.
Yeah, you had 8.
Yeah. So.
So now I don't know. Now I'm not even gonna look at the results of how it. I'm gonna kind of watch it again, first time here, see how it played out.
You must have been ahead then. For
I
sure.
thought I took third, but I mean, now I'm
Now I have
genuinely
questions.
enjoying the surprise. It could have been worse. It could have been. I don't know.
Because you had first and a third, you said?
I had third, fourth, first.
Yeah. And then on this one,
This one I'm not sure. I mean, I'm in second. Everybody's still pretty close.
yeah.
I want to say I fell off the track at least once. I know the chain chomps got me damn near every time.
Yeah. I just I'm always like way in the back.
Yep.
And I'm kind of just like hanging out for a long time.
I think this is where I fall off. Oh, no, Mario. Did I jump? No, I'm like. F it. This is such a long track, too.
This is such a long track.
Oh, you on Rainbow?
Oh
man.
yeah. I mean, these are the types of tracks though. If you really know that power slide, you can stay within it without hitting.
Ah,
You can really like look at the bottom right. I'm trying to work that around this
power
entire-
sliding.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, you can even see, like, you're not falling too far out of contention. I mean, everybody's still pretty close. Mario
Yeah.
just fell off the track. So I think you
Oh,
might jump him here. Yep. There you go. How was the video? I mean, are you guys seeing it exactly as I'm
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of talking about
Yeah.
it too?
It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it's fast.
How do you
Gucci
like
Mane.
the bottom layout? What do you guys think?
I think it's
I'm
great.
for it. Yeah, I dig it. The three of us look like real clear, which is cool.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't have to skew them like we do in our jam
Right.
sessions, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I will say it's funny. Like I like our jam sesh, but I like the wide screen just because I think it's able to like highlight the backgrounds of stuff a little bit more. Which now that I actually have a background, I say that. Before it didn't matter.
Is that a Buddha? What's the lamp above you, Brad, on your left?
Wait, what?
Your other left. Yep. right above your hand right now.
This?
Yes.
This is a gift from a buddy of mine when he was living in Tanzania. They're actually coasters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, beverage coasters. So,
Very cool.
yeah. Got a bunch of fun stuff that I can show you guys in between races, although this is the last race. And still, do you see how close everyone though is?
Mario
Yeah,
just
yeah.
got rocked a whole ton of times.
Yeah,
Like,
look how
so tight.
close.
Dude,
Look
I'm
how
entering.
close.
literally.
See, this just feels bad watching now because I'm entering. I'm probably gonna jump off here because I'm an idiot. Like I'm entering lap 3 in first, and you
Yeah.
got back up into second here.
Yeah, I moved. But I mean, everyone's so tight. We're all right on top of each other, and I'm right behind you, and Toad's right next to me.
Although
Yeah,
I feel like even watching it now, watching it is going quicker than what it would take to play it.
Yeah, because I know. Yeah, Justin got 3 red shells, and I dodged them, and then he gets 3 more instantly.
Ooh.
So I'm he's getting me. But he got 6 red shells that one turn,
So,
and he gets a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
So very
So,
friendly
Tommy,
items.
based on your experience, like Mario Kart, not a game of luck, but like a game of skill
Very much. So.
at the N64 level.
The luck comes in depending on what items you get, but very much still a game of skill.
Okay. I'm just thinking, like in that description, when Justin pulls out, 3 red shells,
6.
in a row, it's
And a
just like
lightning bolt.
Jesus. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that's kind of like, well, I think you're probably gonna win, would be my impression. But like, I don't know.
I'm 3/4 of the way through the lap, still in first.
Just keep
Where
your
the-
eyes on Luigi.
Where the hell do I choke it away? Oh, banana, and then
Oh,
I maybe
it-
chain chomp.
And I got hit by the dog, so I'm in 4th place, and there's only a quarter of.
But still tight though. But you're all still tight.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see, there's one.
This is pretty crazy though. Here at the end, everyone's
I
just
feel
right
like it was
there.
super competitive. Everybody was
Yeah.
really close.
Yeah, because I got a star, so I just hug the inside here, and then I pass 2 guys. Or no, yeah, here I'm in 2nd, and then I'm right behind. I get another
oh,
star.
you stole that.
I get 2. Did I steal someone's? Yeah. No, I remember I got 2 stars at the end there, and I went straight line right
so you
across.
you won that track.
Yeah, I won that one.
Oh wow, 2 stars.
So you had 9.
Damn.
I had 6.
Wow, last, second, firsty.
Who took third? Justin took third.
That was a crazy finish, Brad. I didn't realize that you literally won like at the last
Yeah,
possible.
that's
And I was
star.
in 4th place. I
That
was in
star,
4th place.
like-
I got 2 stars. I got 2
Yeah.
stars with a quarter of a lap left. And
That's
I just
wild.
like, yeah, because everyone, you just go straight line then at that point. You don't have to like,
But like you literally just beat him by like an inch. I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't like
yeah.
Wow. So that race, I totally would have won the whole tourney had you not beat me in that last second.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
I ruined it.
So the 4 totals, Justin did win. He had 21.
Yeah.
Pat had 19. I had 19. I would have had 22 had you not zoomed ahead. And you caught up and had 17 then because of that.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
So yeah,
you
I
were-
took 4th.
So I didn't realize that was you at the end there, Tommy. I thought that was Justin.
that sucks. Now I'm kind of more dejected.
So that was you who was in first that Brad that got past the last second?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you would have won the whole tourney. I mean, that's kind of like
I mean, because
that's some Disney script shit, yo.
Dude, I didn't know that. I should have just gave it up.
I mean, I can go through the tape. I'll watch the tape again. Because I know I have obviously it was the 4 of us that made the finals. And starting at here.
Did you say, Tommy, that you had the full results? Like,
Yeah, so we can post all that. I don't know. Where do you guys want me to post it?
I don't
Facebook,
know.
Twitter, Discord?
Where
I don't know.
does she? I don't know. Maybe just in the words here on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good. That'll work too. I'm gonna jump back to the jam session. So, I don't know. I kind of. What do you guys? I like the video. Kind of makes me feel like somehow we're at the first row of the movie theater, looking up
Mhm.
at the giant Nintendo screen.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
it. I dig it. I think it's great.
Sweet.
Well,
Yeah,
and I
that was.
know, I know for time's sake, BK, you got a big day tomorrow too, so don't let us be keeping you up till
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I'm glad I was here to watch that, but I'm probably gonna take off here so you guys can have at it, and
Uh,
then Tom.
Config just jumped into the chat, so I just wanted to say what's up.
it
Late.
is late night sexy MGC talk.
Indeed, it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'm just again, I want to say thanks to both of you guys for setting up that tournament, making it happen. That was a lot of fun. It was painful to be back in the film room watching the uh the
You,
performance
you
by
can
myself.
study it though. Now you kind of know like where to like.
Yeah.
Somebody better teach me how to fucking power slide. That's all I'm gonna
Oh,
say.
I'll do the power slide. Yeah, for sure, for
I
sure.
can't
That's
imagine what type of amazing Mario Kart person I can be.
oh yeah, especially at like the lower CCs, like the 50 and the 100. Like you have to power slide if you wanna
Okay.
Go
if you wanna
anywhere.
get
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's pretty good. It's pretty important. But yeah, I'm gonna
Mhm.
leave you boys to it. I gotta take off. I got a early morning, so I gotta be up at 5. So I gotta be to bed here. So
That's cool. Tommy, we can talk about population reports, scams.
do
So
it.
much to talk about
Sounds
in
good.
video games right now.
All right, boys.
Hey, I appreciate you. I know, like, I kept you guys waiting a little tonight, so Brad, sorry about that too. Everybody's
No
sorry.
worries.
You're losing out a little bit of Brad because of me. My apologies.
We never
There's
want to lose out on Brad if we
yeah,
can. But he's
it's
here.
trust me. Well, I'm looking forward to the next episode. You boys have fun. I'll
All right, BK.
catch up with you guys soon.
Absolutely, yeah. It was great to meet you.
Later.
All right, later, guys.
Dude, Tommy, I'm getting my shit rocked in Sonic. So bad at Sonic.
Well, I'm gonna play around with this really quick. We can just leave that off. There we go. I was gonna
That's
put his.
cool.
I had his little press start thing set up again. I was like,
Oh,
no.
nice.
But it's kind of
Rove.
way out of place. Config is getting ready for the rose petals in the bubble bath.
Well, how about that? It's not happening on this show today, but you know, cool, bro.
Later episodes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So do you want to dive into? I know we were.
Did
talking
you watch that thing?
I know I did. Wasn't able to make it all the way through. I started it and then kind of was like, all right, get back to it, and everything just ran.
Yeah, yeah.
Birthday weekend, crazy week.
Yeah, how was the B-Day weekend?
Oh, it was nice. A little bit of time with family. Went out to dinner. Just kind of nice celebration that way. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Definitely a lot more mild than past. I can say that. So.
Yeah, that does happen, I feel like.
But yeah,
Well,
no.
that's
So
legit.
but yeah, on the video. So like I said, I didn't get to. But if you want to kind of intro it briefly and kind of let everyone know what we're gonna be
Yeah.
talking about.
I mean, yeah, so there was a video that came out on YouTube from a guy who I get the sense that does like, I don't want to say investigative journalism, but some variety of that. And I didn't also get the sense that like video games is his everything and all, be it like topic.
Okay.
But his topic this time was uh, essentially that you could use the word scamming going on in the retro gaming, mostly sealed market, and it pretty much pertains to just all of the recent news, which I don't know if we've even had a show like
Since the
since
Mario's went nuts.
yeah, since the Mario's went for 2, and there was Legends of Zelda that cranked for quite a bit
What did
as
Zelda go for? I didn't
well.
see that one.
I think 800.
Wow.
I want to say it was Zelda. So yeah, so there's a lot of that going on, and anyway, so the video essentially just surmises that there is like these people at the top who are colluding to kind of make it all happen. So talks about like WADA as like the grading service or whatever,
Yeah.
but that they've colluded with Heritage Auctions, which is of course the one auction site that's making all these massive sales happen. Because the guy Jim Halperin's like on the board of WADA, and just Jim Halperin guy also is like a part of a crew who helped like create the coin bubble of the 80s.
Sorry,
So,
Brad jumped off, so I got to redo the camera really quick.
oh, okay.
Sorry.
No
No,
worries.
keep talking. I didn't mean to cut you
So,
off.
yeah, so in any event, it's just like, shenanigans, really.
What's the name of that restaurant?
Which one?
You know the one with all the shit on the walls?
Oh, Applebee's?
It was the Super Troopers, the shenanigans reference.
Oh, I was like, I don't know.
Somebody says that.
Uh,
Sorry, just stupid movie quote.
well, that's the problem. I've never actually seen Super Troopers all the way through, which is an embarrassing reality for my life. But yeah, so the video was like 52 minutes long, and it talks a lot about, just the current like ongoing, you know, stuff that's happening in the retro market, and says that, in layman's terms, just that these grading company WADA is colluding with the auction company, that they're like literally this Halperin guy is like selling things that are in his collection to himself just to show that there was like a sold.
Oh, the volume and like, oh yeah, like it's
Yep.
like bumping
This
up
one
stocks
sold for
essentially.
this. Yep. Right. Yep. So there's that, and like there's, shilling going on, so they're like, bidding up their own items against people, and like no one else is bidding against it, and WADA is like, doing impartial grading or like buying their own games. And there's a lot to it. And it was like so many people were like indicated to be involved with this, and that there's like this dentist guy who's out there buying all these games, and like he's part of the problem. It was honestly just phenomenal. Like, so the reporting was really cool. I've listened to a fair amount of, I'll say, just like when massive money's on the table, I expect nothing less. Yeah, I think that was the other thing, SPconfig that, or I'm sorry, sconfig that like has been so, not like, I don't know, eye-opening, but just interesting. Like I posted on my Instagram, I'm like, yeah, like after watching this, it's clear there's market manipulation. Like, is it illegal? I don't know. Like I said in my post that I'm like, I actually believe that, I don't think Mario's worth 2 million today, but I have aspirations for the video game market in the future, and so like maybe not today, but maybe in the future. So I don't know, it's worth a watch if you get some time, I think, just because it's intriguing, for folks like us that have some retro video game collection stuff going on.
Well, and I've kind of heard the same, not necessarily about video games, but that it's probably not the first time Heritage has
Yeah,
been
right,
accused of that.
exactly. Yeah, Heritage is implied in it, and it's this Halperin guy, like at least he seems like the singular kind of culprit he's sort of made out to be. And I don't know. So I've really appreciated like the conversation on the topic, with the number of podcasts that I get a chance to listen to, and sort of talking about like, okay, so like what's to be done, about this, if anything. Is it illegal? Is it just like, this is happening?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that stuff's all kind of interesting, quite frankly. Um, so yeah, I don't know. And then just like talking about how population reports would affect the market, because a lot of people, I believe, are like pointing to population reports as sort of like an answer to these sort of inflated, not real prices for games.
Gotcha.
But in one I was listening to today, they're just like, yo, like I don't think population reports are going to be like everything that like the community or these people are clamoring for. And the reason I did agree with that sentiment amongst like much of the argument was simply that like, once that population report occurs, because there's going to be not 20 years worth of graded like stuff available,
Mm-hmm.
that everyone's gonna all of a sudden be like, oh my god, we have to go out and like, these games are gonna go through the roof. because there's going to be a bunch of Super Mario stuff that's graded, but like you'll get these random games for like Xbox and like whatever else where it'll show the pop report of like one, and so it's like the grading things are going to be even more screwed than they are today. So
I mean,
I don't know.
it's kind of rampant even with like baseball cards and stuff like that too. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
collect too much, uh, but I
Dude,
know.
my fucking cards haven't come back
Oh
for
yeah, yeah,
nine
that's right.
months.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on my cards to come back from PSA. It's been 9 months,
Well, and
like
they've
literally.
stopped taking. I think they charge just an exorbitant amount now, like 300 maybe a minimum per card. So I was just
God, I
talking
wish
to
my
somebody.
cards
I
would
stopped
come
into a
back.
shop locally, like, and they're like, yeah, it's just a crazy amount. And then at the same time, uh, Fanatics, the jersey
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
they are taking over everything. Like they took over Tops, and
yeah. I saw that.
or
I saw the
they
tops
took
thing.
over the exclusive license for cards or something from MLB instead of Tops or something like that. But
Yes,
they're
right.
entering into the grading market too, and it's just it's cool. I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, why? Like, if it's mint, it's mint. Not just because. Hey, do you think it's my card is mint? Well, yeah, but not as much as that one. Like, I get both sides of that argument.
Yeah, it was intriguing to hear um in some of the commentary that I was listening to, like that this bubble always happens as soon as a hobby starts grading. And the thing that made the most sense to me about as to why was that because then it means that essentially people don't need to see an item, like the price is basically implied, or like you can buy sight unseen because you've theoretically know what the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
That I thought was sort of interesting. So apparently all of this inflation comes right at the like time when grading comes into an industry. That was intriguing. Anyway, but then I was thinking about like obviously the price of CIB games is going nuts. Yeah, let's have carts. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure like the stuff you've even like probably been like checking out. It's like everything's different. Like what have you been able to snag any recent games on the
Uh,
collection?
from the time we talked last, and I think you got it we got it right around the same time. The Captain America and the Avengers.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I scooped it on Genesis.
nice.
I usually lean a little bit more. That's just what I knew and kind of like
Yeah,
have
yeah.
already a pretty solid collection. And the thing I really like about it too is the CIB prices don't go crazy. Part because it's plastic. It's already plastic shell, so
Mhm.
you can usually
Mhm.
find something in pretty decent shape. Super Nintendo, obviously, that's a NES and 64, anything. It's a lot more of a challenge when you're talking just cardboard. Um, but yeah, I got that one. Found Wave Race on Game Boy, which I didn't even
Oh,
know existed.
that's interesting. Really,
Yeah, uh,
Wave Race on Game Boy. That's crazy.
yeah.
Very surprising to me.
There were it's sitting over there with two other games that I know I got them at the same time. I just don't remember what it was. So I'm gonna wander back just to grab because I'm kind of curious myself
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah. Check it out. That's what the whole point of having a retro game show is, so you can talk about your retro games. Yeah, I'm intrigued to hear. That would be.
Smooth.
Doo,
All
doo.
right. Yeah, the other game I saw it. I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. Like, always was a fan of it on regular Nintendo.
Yeah,
Was so yeah. Here's Wave Race on Game Boy,
crazy.
and then the other one that I thought was really cool was Super RC Pro
Hmm.
Am. And again, never played it for the Game Boy. Kind of wasn't even aware that it existed, but
Yeah,
um, it's just nice being able to throw them into a Super Game Boy. At some point I still think I'd like to dive in and get an actual Game Boy again, just because why not? At this point,
yeah, yeah.
but
You know
those
what? That's a really good call out. I feel like I should probably get like a. I don't want a sealed Game Boy. I wonder how hard it is. I need to do some research quickly. That's a really good point. It would be dope to have. I don't think I would necessarily need to play it, but it'd be cool to have a Game Boy.
I'm working on setting up our web browser, so if we want to do a eBay search, like it's here,
Oh,
but
nice.
it doesn't have our sound and camera set up and everything that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Which now that I know, like, I always think about it, but it's just something when we do so much impromptu stuff, like, hey, one of us connecting, one of us having to bounce, just having, hey, it's a 2-person, camera view, it's a 3-person camera view, because then I can totally avoid having to resize things.
Yep. Mm.
Learning process. Everybody see it in the works, and all the wonderful. Now it's video mistakes, at least, and fine tuning as opposed to hopefully
Yeah,
the
yeah.
audio that everybody can hear now.
So I'm looking at, like, 175 to 250 bucks for a CIB Game Boy.
But I haven't tested it yet. I got a whole box. That's what I'm leaning to the side for, like pulling up like it's a child sitting on Santa's lap.
Uh-huh.
But I got a GameCube collection. Never had a GameCube.
Really?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so some of it was just like wanting to see, the games. I've not played a ton, not heard of quite a few of them
Yeah.
myself. But just getting one that worked, getting some of the classic controllers that are still dusty and covered in it, as you can see. Wound way like I don't wind them, but
Yeah.
let's see it's the silver one. I don't know what. I know they go differently based on. Oh wow! Some of the games they make for this are insane.
So did you just pick up a lot, like, from somebody, or where'd you snag the stuff?
It was Facebook Marketplace. It was a
No
lot.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. That's actually amazing that you found success, like, doing that. I feel
It
like
was. Yeah.
I keep my search results on for Facebook Marketplace, but it always just seems like ass.
It really is. Honestly, I was like, whatever. I'm gonna go look this time.
Yeah.
I don't know if we played this one, but Mario Golf Toadstool Tour.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
That's for what? For Game Boy, or that's the one for
GameCube.
Oh, okay.
So that
Really?
is
Wow.
Swingers Golf.
Okay.
I think there's a box. I got all the boxes essentially except for Mario Golf.
Okay. And they're cases, right, for GameCube?
Yeah, like DVD, like full size DVD
Yeah.
cases. So like
Yeah,
here we got MLB Slugfest 2003 with
Ortiz
A-Rod
or
on the
something.
cover.
A-Rod, okay.
Let's see what King Arthur. I'm guessing it's based on one of the shows because it looks like real actors.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it had to be a movie because it's the guy that played Mr. Fantastic, who clearly looks like the villain.
Yeah.
Clive Owen, I think his name is.
Oh, yeah. I
He-
remember that movie. I like that
then-
movie.
I never saw the movie, and they show
Yeah.
the chick too. I don't know who the chick is.
Natalie Portman, I think.
No.
Yeah.
No, she was the one that was in the.
Oh, Keira Knightley. It's Keira Knightley.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Keira Knightley.
Yeah, Natalie
I
Portman
have
was the
seen
one
that
was
movie multiple
in,
times. I like that movie.
What was the one with Danny McBride? Your Highness, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. That one's also great, but no, the King Arthur movie was, like, legit. I don't know how the game would play through, but, like, it has, like, there's a scene where they pick up Keira Knightley's character and then they have to, like, break her fingers back because she's been a slave. But she would have been, like, the hottest slave ever, just hanging about in slummy England or wherever they were.
Kira. Let us save
Yeah,
her.
they like pick her up, like, she's all muddy and shit, and you're like, yeah, you ain't fooling anybody. It's like the She's All That chick. Like, listen, people are busting out their overalls with a
Another
super hot
great,
face.
like, honestly, She's All That, like Rachel Lee Cook.
Yeah,
That and
you ain't just throwing on the glasses and being like, nope, this chick's ugly. Like, we could all
you
see.
could see through that. What was she was did you ever watch Psych?
No,
Oh,
never saw that one.
One of my favorite shows. But she was Sean Spencer's girlfriend for a while in the show.
Really?
Yep.
I just was reading for some reason I was just like, I don't know, I feel like the 2010s, like, I lost them somehow. Like, I don't know what happened from, like, 2010 to 2020. in my head,
Yeah.
and so I was like, "What the fuck happened?" So I like went back and was looking at like 2010 shit, and one of the things that was on there was Psych was one of the shows that people would have been watching. So apparently it was popular.
Yeah, no, it's still on Peacock Network, who is also not a sponsor of this show.
Son of a bitch.
We're working on it.
Someday.
Anybody interested? If you whether it's a major energy drink or soda or network, hey, you know what?
What's not to
we're doing
love?
big things here on TVMGC.
What's not to love? About what we do here. You can listen to my audio play Psychogenesis terribly. Tommy's growing a beard.
I mean,
What else do we need here?
Oh, some of these games. Wow.
What else you get?
So we'll save some of the. There's two different soccer games. There's FIFA World Cup 2002.
Okay.
And, I mean, and the nice thing is too, like I said, I haven't tested them, but
Yeah,
I mean they're complete.
there's no reason why they wouldn't work.
But I mean instructions. I mean all the little stupid flyers and everything.
Yeah. So did you get to meet like the original owner and get like a story, or was it just like check
hey,
it out? What up?
Here's a bunch of junk. Thanks.
uh,
FIFA World Cup 2006.
I mean, it's funny because like, I don't know, GameCube certainly was like a system that we would have all known about. Yeah. I didn't play it a ton either, but I knew about it.
Xbox. Like at that time,
yeah.
It was Xbox, and so I was like, all right, I'll get Xbox games instead of GameCube.
Yeah, I did the same, but like I think wasn't Animal Crossing like really big for it, or I knew like there was a couple like big games for GameCube that I remember a bunch of homies playing back in the day. And honestly, like time will probably be more kind to the GameCube than a lot of things just through Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to wrestle with their IP machine.
Mm-hmm.
UFC Throwdown.
Who's on the cover of that?
Tito Ortiz throwing a knee to some poor tatted up guy. I can't tell who that is.
His career wasn't so great apparently, but he made it to the cover. That's cool.
Top Gun Combat Zones.
Nice. How many games were in the set?
I've got the ones I've rattled off already, plus 4 more coming.
All right.
So 2 of them are movie.
It's a nice little spot.
Movie and TV show based. I think we'll get to those right after. Point out Swingers Golf. Never played it. No clue. It looks like kind of like wasn't there one called Outlaw Golf?
Yeah.
Looks pretty similar to that if I had to guess.
Okay.
There is Harry Potter, the Quidditch World Cup.
Oh, nice.
So 3 World Cup games. I mean, that's kind of a victory. And one of these 2 has got to be the absolute reason for buying this entire batch. I will let you decide.
You may have to say them audibly as you show them to me because of my lag.
So I don't have instructions for the second one. And I'm going to end on that because I feel like it's the highest note.
What are they?
Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, fuck.
And it's the old TV show looking guys.
Oh, really?
2 players simultaneous. I'm trying to read the back here. Officially licensed 70s TV series version. What was the pimp's name? They even got the pimp on the back here.
Oh, God.
Sugar Bear?
Snoop Dogg's character.
Yeah. Was it Sugar Bear or something? Huggy Bear. Huggy Bear. That's what it was.
Huggy Bear.
Yep. Look at
I'm
that.
absolutely, like, perplexed at the fact that you are describing to me that there apparently is a original Starsky and Hutch Nintendo GameCube game. I mean, that is far and beyond anything I can logically explain in my head.
Yeah.
Let alone play the game. Like,
didn't you ever play like SimCity Brady Bunch Edition? Like,
yeah.
What? How many random like BS TV licensing deals are you doing for like games?
But like, how did it make it onto Nintendo's radar? Like, how did that game? You know what I mean? Like, that's bizarre.
It was probably
like that show has been gone for so many years.
It was probably some big developer that's like, look, you know what? We're gonna give you Rainbow Six or some crazy property, but they're like, you got to make a Star Skiing Hutch.
I just can't. There's got to be more to the story. It doesn't make any sense.
But the
That's
other one that it's
absolute
actually
anarchy.
well, and it's I never played it, not in the I want to say it was an arcade game too, actual arcade.
Yeah.
Time Splitters 2.
Oh, see, I'd like the. That's a cool one to have, in my opinion.
Four player at once. The heir apparent to GoldenEye per Electronic Gaming Monthly on the cover.
God, really?
That's what they said.
Did I wonder if GameCube had any light gun stuff?
That I'm not sure.
Maybe it wouldn't have been light gun by that time, but but I wonder like
No,
for that
it couldn't
game,
be a
could you have a
It
gun?
couldn't be technically, because I remember I looked up for I was some rabbit hole I went down, and the reason the light gun worked is because it would basically you'd click the button, and everything but one thing blacks out, and so the gun's actually receiving the light; it's not sending it out,
Okay.
and so that's how the targeting system worked for stuff like the Zapper gun on NES, where when you
Wow.
pull a trigger, it knew it should find something being blacked out if you were shooting the item.
Okay.
So it was almost more of a receiver than it was something sending it.
Okay. Tricky, because they were doing light guns up to like PlayStation.
Yeah.
I actually was kind of on the hunt the other day for a PlayStation light gun.
The trick was you needed a CRT because of the tube TV.
Yeah.
But I
It
know
was
like
interesting,
people
though.
are doing like LED light guns like for TV proper now.
Oh, really?
Hmm?
Interesting. I mean, it would be cool.
That's one of the things I'm
Uh,
kind of excited about the MGC. Like, see what kind of random stuff is going to be there. Like, oh, great! I don't have some of that. I don't have something of this. Or
I know it will be interesting to like, you know, check out the merch this year. I'll be intrigued to see like, I don't know, just who comes and like somebody was one of the podcasts I was listening to was saying that they felt like at um, stuff this year, like Portland Retro Gaming Expo and all this kind of stuff, that like the prices were going to be like way cheaper.
for
Um,
here or what?
Theoretically, at a show, because this dude anyway was saying like a lot of these people, are just going off like pricecharting.com or Game Value Now, which like I do. So like to
Yeah,
me,
I
I was
mean,
like, am I doing something incorrect that way? But they were saying that like that's not even moving fast enough because all of those are based off of like eBay
yeah, but I
scraping.
mean, at the same time, like, I mean, you can look, even if, I mean, I'm sure you do the same. You look at price charting for one, but then you can just look at all the different sold of whatever title you're looking for, and it's sold for 80, 80, 79, 80, 40, 80, and so there's always going to be
Yeah,
something that like what it
gives you
should
a
go
hint.
for, and I mean even beyond that too, I feel like that's one of the really nice things you can really just kind of say, hey, you know what? Like if I get a deal, hey, I got something on Time Splitters for $12 instead of 40. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
right, for sure.
there's gonna be those lucky ones where you're like, great, I was gonna pay 40, but you find it for less, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, well, and of course the other like advice this thing was just talking about like going on the last day because that's like when everybody wants to like move their shit.
And that
So
doesn't
it's
want to
like
pack it up and take it with them.
right. So it's kind of like all right, I mean there's some stuff there. And I mean honestly like my collecting interests are fairly like retail, so I'm probably not going for like all the tricky things that everybody wants. So for me it actually might work out better, but we'll see.
There's
I actually
pretty good amount of collection. I mean, I think even you can probably find a couple pieces that. What would you say would be your next one? You think what you want to get?
yeah, I mean I've got my list, I would say, from like the app that I use, um, that I've been kind of keeping as like my target stuff. Um, I can pull it up. Let's see. I mean, I got a million gajillion things on there, but I did just pick up some new ones, which was cool. Let's have a look. So I picked up Shaq Fu. That was cool.
Nice.
And then I got a couple coming. Purchases. So I got Dig and Spike volleyball. I'm pretty stoked about that. That was one I've wanted for a little while because I really like volleyball games.
Okay.
So I got that coming for SNES, and then I got WWF Attitude, which was
That one
cool.
was rough. I mean, it was cool, but it was rough
Yeah.
to play.
No, I know. I just needed it
On
to kind
64,
of
I'm
continue the.
assuming?
Yep.
Yeah, I
So I
think
just
I had
kind of
it
need
as.
it.
I didn't even have a PlayStation. I was like, oh, I'm going to get this because I found it on a deal, and it would be one of those where you're like, you just bring it to a friend's house.
Yeah. So I got that. Got Shaq Fu. Got NFL Blitz. I got original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES, and then Manhattan Project was the probably most recent ones that I got since we chatted last. I mean, I don't know when last time we did a show, but I got Pokemon Stadium, Indiana Jones. So yeah,
Maybe,
that's
I
kind
want
of
to say maybe Stadium. I remember seeing that.
yeah, that could be. So yeah, so that's what's been on the thing, and then I don't know what am I? I'm hunting right now for. Well, actually, I've got somebody. Somebody has like a collection of promo store wall displays. Um,
Oh, that'd be cool.
that and so they're all, of course, like individually being bid on right now. Which is actually very intriguing now to see what they are. Uh, I thought perhaps like maybe I would sneak away with some of these things. I will not. So there's a Metroid Samus Nintendo video game, and these things are like, wish I could show it to you. They're like, 18 inches tall by around, it looks like 12 inches wide, and they're just like magnets kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, but they're hard plastic, so you can like display them, like on a wall.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit is like primo, like game room display type of thing. So right now the Samus one is at $153 with 44 bids. The Star Fox one is $86 with 9 bids. Donkey Kong is 76. Wario 46. Donkey Kong with a barrel is 20. There's a little Super Mario one that's like 4, and then a Legend of Zelda which is 10. I wish I could get them all, but now I see that I will not be getting them, nor likely any. But
Or even there was a Think Geek, and I think they were bought out by GameStop.
okay.
Like I loved stuff like you get like that's where I got. You've seen the NES controller floor mat that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Got that, and like there's literally the Zelda shield, the backpack. Like you can put a laptop
cool.
and whatever. But I'm like,
Yeah.
it's full size shield, and it looks pretty. I'm like, just kind of some random cool stuff like that. But they got bought out, and then I mean, it's like if you ever go to a GameStop now, it's so much slim pickings
Oh yeah.
on any of
I
the like
know.
memorabilia type stuff, or and even
Yeah.
that is none of it's the same. But I remember
No.
Think Geek, they would sell out so quickly where like they had canvas wall art of either NES boxes or just art. Like, hey, it's a picture of cartoon Yoshi or cartoon Luigi or whatever it was. But they'd be gone like that.
I know. That's what's sort of intriguing about this is that like, I've got this search set up to be, like promo wall stuff and like whatever, and so few things ever come through. Like really unique like stuff that you could put in your man cave. So I do find it like very funny exactly what you're saying. Like there's nothing. There's nothing. Like just there's nothing to
Like,
be
do
had.
I really? It's cool, but like a keychain, like okay.
I know.
I don't want a keychain wall. That seems very.
It's true. And like all the stuff that's any like size is all thousands of dollars. So it's
Yeah.
like you're just like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know. Like I got games and that's cool. And then I ended up doing my Nintendo Power posters framed, which is all right. And then I found like a King Griffey thing and a Shaq thing, which I'm very grateful for because they're kind of similarly sized and I got them framed and I fucking love them. But it's like that was not an easy process as well. I wish actually one thing I was going to text you about because I was so angry and I was like, no one will understand this, but Tommy may. So there was an NBA in the Zone 99
Mm-hmm.
N64, which so 98 and 99 both had Glenn Rice, and the 99 one has him for the Lakers, and I'm pretty sure the 98 one has him for the Hornets.
Okay.
So like I want those games. Like I want both of those games pretty much a lot, just because like I was a big Glenn Rice fan and like I just think it's cool. And so an NBA in the Zone came up, and it was like somewhat under the radar because it like just didn't seem like there was only one bid on it, and I was like, it was for $20, so I'm like, all right, I'll go in. Sorry, pardon me. I'm like, I'll go in at 50, and I'm like, I want this game. Like, assuming that it's just me, and I should not have done that,
Yeah.
but so it goes to the last second. I go in with like 6 seconds left, and go to 50, outbid. Go to 55, outbid. Winning bid 56, and I'm just like, motherfucker, like so angry because I'm just like, God, there were other people just sitting there waiting, just like I was, but
I,
that hadn't even like done the pre-bidding. Like I
yeah.
was just so angry.
See, I always wait
Uh,
that like 2.2.5 second mark, because I'm happy losing if it's because of the cell service or the Wi-Fi. 'Cause I'm like,
yeah,
A, it's gonna suck, but B, like, at least I know I timed it right, where I'm not gonna get that stupid Price is Right bid at the very end.
yeah, yeah.
Because that I think would annoy me. I know that annoys me more than, oh, like, I can be pissed at the technology as opposed to being upset at, oh, it wasn't like other stuff or whatever. I don't know.
Right. So I lost out on that, and then I also lost out on an NCAA basketball for Super Nintendo. Um, Similarly, like just no one paying attention. I go in at like 20, it goes for 20, 50, and I'm just like, no. I was like, and like, mind you, all of these are well over, like, again, price charting,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, that's the thing
I
too.
mean, well over all of that.
That's the thing that I was like, it's it's a silly nuanced thing that I'm looking for. Side note: after we go off the air, remind me about the Skype camera, because it'll be something kind of funny.
Okay.
But yeah, like looking up like price charting stuff, and I've like watched items, and like it's always when like the eBay seller will be like, they've given you like a 4% discount.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
Do you want to accept this offer? No, I'm not even gonna
I
respond.
never do. 4%. Like, shut up. I never will.
But they were like, they're even way above what price charting asks for, and I want. Remember they had, like 64 had those clear controllers. I think they were
Mm-hmm.
called Funtastic, where they did the different consoles, different colors, everything that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ended up getting an Atomic Purple, which is the one that came with
Ooh.
the console, and I don't know if they do a plum one as well,
Okay.
but I always enjoy like doing stuff for 4 players, where it's like, like blue red, obviously player 1 and 2. For me, I always do player 3 as orange, player 4 as purple, because it
Okay.
reminds me. It's easy way, just remember Mikey and Don. It's Turtles 1. It's
Oh, sure.
the whole. I mean, and honestly, like even when I set up, everybody's like, "Oh, left blue, right red." I think left Leo, right Raph. Like that's how I, for whatever reason, remember them. But
Yeah.
it's a nice way to keep, because I mean controller colors are so diverse and they get crazy too. I'm like, if I can get those 4 though, that would be pretty sweet. But
Yeah. That's legit.
they ask like 60 loose, and
Ugh.
it's half of them, and they're like, "Don't ask me about how tight the stick is." It's like that kind of matters.
It does matter. I was gonna say, like, it does matter. Yeah, it was so funny, like this when they were talking on the podcast I was listening to today, just about like what the population reports will do to things. I actually was feeling like, well, like pretty strong, because I'm just like, I really do think that like the CIB market like kind of follows that next and then goes loose cart and whatever. And then one of the guys made another good point though. He was just like, he thinks that, gosh, excuse me. He thinks that because of the demand, like there's going to be no like loss of price. Like there may be a correction, but like it's just going to keep on kind of being more than it was once. Um, he said, unless truly the next generation just doesn't care about physical media and only does like digital, this, that, or the other. And he's like, then the bottom will just fall out, and it'll be like all these games will be worth nothing. And he was just like, so, in that case, like the way these guys at least talk about it, buying games are like, we just assume it's like whenever you spend it, it's just like taking money and putting it on fire. And I was like, yeah, that's probably a good mindset to have because, you know, I think that it will be worth more. But yeah, if the next gen doesn't want to have physical games, then it will all just go away. No
See,
one will care.
I was even gonna say that, but I'm like, man, I feel like that would be too much, like old man yelling at the sky.
Right, right. I know.
But it's very. I mean, that's. I think you can't. We hammer on this all the time, and we probably are the two old men yelling at the clouds. But it's like you can't beat having it in your hand. Like, even on the instance like power goes out. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, sorry, you can't connect to your Wi-Fi. Like, you lose Wi-Fi, you lose your cloud. Like, you're totally SOL.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting to me, like, I think that my only curiosity is like I have not at the moment any interest in like collecting for like an Atari 2600 or like any of that stuff.
Yeah,
And those games are all super cheap now. And so I kind of wonder like I don't know.
that's
I
probably
think
when you
like
should jump in though. Like, I mean,
no, you're right. You're right. But that's like you getting that GameCube lot. It's kind of like you know, that was like what's funny to me is like that was the stuff that actually we grew up on. Like truly PS2,
yeah,
Xbox
yeah,
360. Like that was what I actually played the shit out of like growing up. And like I didn't, I played Super Nintendo and like N64 a little, but like I was also a kid out doing a ton of sports and like living life. It wasn't until like, you know, uh post high school, college that I really started like gaming like all the time with friends, right? Because like you could.
yeah.
Um, Probably like junior senior year of high school and beyond is when I really started like playing a lot of video games with friends. And that was all PS2 and beyond. So it's kind of funny that like I'm wondering like when will that hit, if at all? Like I look at my PS2 collection, it's like fairly paltry, and like PS1 is okay, but they're by far like my least, and I don't even have a ton of wanted games like on those lists. So it's just kind of curious, like will that be how it is? Like, because if that is the case, then like I don't know.
So do you have
Then
a do you have a two or do you have the one of the backward compatible threes?
I got a two.
Because that's. I
I
mean,
got a
I want.
two.
I don't have a two anymore. Like, I want one to be able to play some of those games because I still
Mm-hmm.
found good games to have in it. But I had a three. I have a slim three, and I'd
Okay.
rather get something that I'd rather get the fat one that can play backwards and have it.
I've got a search set out for a PS3, but actually I never even had one. But there's just the NCAA 2K8 with Greg Oden, and I love the NCAA 2K games. So like
Speaking,
I
we
kind of
could
want
get
the
into
best
that
version
too.
of
I
it.
mean, we'll save that for
Yeah,
next episode, I think. But because there were even developments in the NCAA case and
I
like
know.
EA coming out with college football because I don't think they can use they can or they're not going to use the NCAA name just because of the money aspect. They can call it college football and nobody will give a shit. But
Yeah, it was so funny. Like I guess like as soon as I heard the NIL rules came in, I was like, oh great, now we're gonna get more college basketball and video games. But then I was like, somebody told me like they're not, and I was just like,
well,
oh,
because they'd have to
all
pay
right,
up for it, so they're like, no, forget
yeah.
that noise.
So I'm like, okay, well I guess it's still just 2K8, like for me. So I'm like literally thinking I want to get like a, because I've got like one slot left to fill where right now my Xbox One sits. But like I think for if I do get a next gen console, I'm likely gonna put it over on my other TV just to like have it separate,
Yeah.
and then have this just be like retro corner, which would give me one more console slot to fill. And like I don't know. I don't know what I want to fill in there. You're probably right. Like I probably should get Ataris and shit, but
You did
but I don't have any interest.
you did
Like
remind me
really.
kind of the eBay search, the three games that I'm looking for. One is
Yeah.
going to be Coach K college basketball.
Oh, I know. I'm on the hunt for that too.
Uh, that Virtua Racing, the first one, because I had it for 32X,
Okay.
but never had the first one. And the one for 32X is deluxe, which I guess is better, but you also need to
Okay.
have your 32X working, and it's got those metal plates that you had to put in the Genesis.
Oh God.
And until somebody comes along that says, "Hey, you know what? Our brand new HD special backward compatible console
Yeah.
will play 32X without an issue. I'm like, all right, got to make sure the Genesis is working right.
Mm-hmm.
And the third, oh, I mean, it's the forever Michael Jackson Moonwalker search, but
Yeah,
I
that
just,
one's not gonna be
it's
easy.
really
to come
trying to
across.
find it at a half decent price and not feel like, oh my god, like somebody just pickpocketed me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, that would be like, let's cross our fingers for MGC. Like I'm gonna throw down. Like I'll
Yeah,
try to like find some stuff. I mean, my list is fairly exhaustive, but I
like
think
we're gonna have to keep like, I mean, it's what we always talk about here. Like, there's gonna have to be a budget, like not just like,
I know,
yeah.
I know,
I mean, we're gonna turn into Chevy Chase and Vegas Vacation, like.
I know. I think I'll probably just like, assuming life stays in a similar way, like I'll probably bring like $500 and just be like, this is all your dumbass gets. Like,
No, leave the
this
cards
is
at
all
home.
you get.
Leave the credit
Yeah,
cards at home.
yeah, for real. Just fucking cash. Just like, this is all I get. This is all the money I get to have for this endeavor. And like, I think, I think though I will know, like for my collecting goals, like what I want. What will be intriguing is just to see, like, I'm not a haggler, so that's probably going to be an issue. And I know a lot of the people there are like pretty willing to like, I mean, I guess,
Negotiate. I mean, it makes sense. And honestly, from what I've met them,
yeah.
it's always been a good group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think being back again, and I because everybody's been itching to, especially after last year, it'll probably be a lot of goodwill. Not that people are going to be like, here, can I pay you to take my games?
Yeah, right.
But also just like, oh, good to see you again, and that goodwill vibe. Not goodwill, but like the actual
Yeah.
word goodwill.
Human goodwill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I feel like I too will be armed with the value of things, but almost I think in your scenario it will be more appropriate, which is like taking in last sales, not just like total average and going
See,
like,
but
all right,
that's the risky
you
thing
know.
too. Then is if you wait, you run the risk of not getting it, not getting something you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I think it will be
It'll be
actually I
exciting.
will
It'll be exciting.
I will give a shout out to I do know I went here since last time when I went into Battle Box. Um
Oh, nice.
for the first time and like that place is legit. Like he's a really nice guy, and I almost walked out of there with a War of the Gems, which I've had on my list for a while. But the box is just under what even I'm kind of like.
It's like
I'm
where
not a
limit was.
super box guy. Like obviously I want them all CIB, but I'm like,
You don't want it to look like it got ran over by a truck before.
yeah, it was just under. It was a nice copy, and like and I appreciated his mantra because I was like, you got some real like this is the best inventory I've seen. Like better than makes sense, better than whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he started going into all the stories. He knew everybody, blah blah blah. Sounds like he's been in it for a minute. But it was like he had really good stuff, like legit, like really nice, like CIB versions of some games that were definitely on my list. Um, and so I actually need to remember to go back there and throw some cash down because otherwise I'm not like really doing my local gaming community service. So
Yeah, let me know. I'd be totally game if you want. Just roll together
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, I got to roll over there and like because I do want to War of the Gems, but
But there was
I don't
a
like
totally random. Sorry to cut you off.
no.
But it reminded me. What was the Dreamcast game? Power Stone. Power Stone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. I saw it and I was like, I remember this. And the eBay prices went nuts right at the buzzer again. I'm like, it's probably good I didn't get that attached.
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
But that's another one where I'm like, if I can find a Power Stone again, that would be a fun one to.
Mm-hmm.
And Dreamcast especially, if I can find something there, like that's another console that
Yeah.
I think forever people sleep on. But the games are not cheap, and I don't think they're gonna get cheaper in the near future.
I know. I've been on the hunt for like a Marvel versus Capcom for a while. That's I got a couple Dreamcast ones still on the list. I really need to just get a 360. There was a game that my buddies and I played for Xbox in college that was a Marvel game where you had like your choice of characters and you could play 4 player at once, and we would like I don't know, I played with a few buddies like and it has a good memory to me, and I
Wasn't
need
it
to
the
like I
Legends
need
one
to
that Brad had?
probably was.
Okay.
But I should just get a 360 and just start like reloading on all those games, just like the totally traditional ones, like Halo and just like all the shit we played in college. That's what I really should do. Alas. All right, it's 12:10. I
Solid. I
must
mean,
go
we
to
did a
bed.
solid. What are we at? Almost a hour and a half.
Yeah.
Pretty
Hopefully
solid
Brad's
late.
cool.
Pretty solid late night episode.
Yeah, hopefully Brad's cool with dropping it in the YouTube. That's what we need. Just, more
Yeah.
stuff in the YouTubes.
That I think that's probably something that's new. I don't know if we even talked about it last time, but obviously we're live on Twitch and everything. But being able to, if anybody wants to see past episodes, Brad does awesome recaps and little edits of some of the best moments of everything. All that's on YouTube, and it's just look up 414 Play. You'll totally find it, and it'll have links to all that stuff too. So he does a kick-ass job with it.
Does. Faux show.
But otherwise, yeah, if you guys, I don't know if we can do one next week or if we can sneak one in or whatever, but I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm down.
cause that would be actually it'd be really good because I'm depending how the passport situation works out, either going to be getting away for a little bit or staying home, depending how the State Department feels.
Yeah, no shit. That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, so like Thursday might be exactly perfect. But if there's anything that obviously you and I will, and we'll be checking in with Brad too to see what he wants to do or play. If you guys see anything, like throw it in the chat, shoot us a message, in the YouTube comments, anything like that, or just find us on any of our social medias. It's always game to jump in that conversation. I mean, it's even like seeing the things you talk about and the things that you post, like they get so engaging. It's awesome to just be part of it.
Yeah, man. It's fun to like buy in. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so
Cool.
yeah, thank you guys everybody for watching. We will do our best to try to squeeze in some Rygar next week. Sorry for anyone that tuned in this week for it. But otherwise, as usual, Ludio here. Brandon, anything else you want to track on before we sneak out?
No, it's such a great plug. God damn it. That does it. That
Awesome.
seals it. Nope.
Nice.
MK Game Collector. Till next time.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.